The second winning series is a unique sports program that probes into the often controversial world of professional and amateur sports. Sports View Today.
Oh, I'm on.
Yes.
Whoa, this new open is
professional.
This new open. Somebody's got to start pointing when it's on. You're supposed to be 5.
Stop
4.
going to the bars before we tape the program.
The problem is this.
Unbelievable.
The problem is this. We have that new open now, and you just got to get used to it.
The camera comes to a Ron Cameron in a drunken stupor, lying back like this. Pipe up.
Pipe up or down. I mean, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you've never done up in your life.
Now, can you read the cue card?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition.
I'm Ron Cameron. Can you see the cue card?
No, you're not.
It says over there, I'm Ron Cameron.
You wish you were. I'm Ron Cameron. Tell the people who you are.
I'm Bob Page, and our sponsors in the program today, as always, Al Dietrich Oldsmobile in the Pontiac-Waterford area, where Uncle Al has rebates of as much as $1,200 on select 87 models through April 30th. We have Fred Wetzel and the folks at T-Com Pagers, wide state coverage throughout Michigan's Lower Peninsula. Maxie's Main Street. If you're looking for something to do on Sunday night, and like Ron Cameron, you like to go out and meet ladies in some of Detroit's hot night spots, Maxie's Main Street in the heart of beautiful, yes, Ron.
There's no such thing as downtown Royal Oak.
Is the place to go.
There's 2 blocks to the whole thing.
I can't believe that I've gotten through nearly 45 seconds of the show and you haven't once waved that rag around.
I'm going to run. It's not a rag.
Because this is the next sponsor.
It's not a rag. It's a heck of a paper, the best in America.
If you do say so yourself.
If I do say
Sports
so
Fans
myself.
Journal, the 8th issue of which is out on the street right now.
Get his face out of there. They're the 80th issues on the street. The 8th one out, and Denny McClain's still writing from his jail cell. We got a couple new writers. Everything's going well. And just stay tuned. In a couple minutes, I'll tell you how you can subscribe to Sports Fans Journal.
Pro-Am Sports Systems Pass, available on cable systems throughout Metro Detroit, and Jalapeno Pizza and Pasta.
Nice place across from the Westland Mall on Cowan Road and Wayne Road for the finest in Mexican and Italian cuisine and liquor and everything.
You would know about that, wouldn't you?
You would.
That's right.
You drank in our house at home when you were there.
Our guest on the program today, Pistons rookie forward Dennis Rodman, a young guy that some people are calling the steal of the year in the NBA draft. And we'll hear from him upcoming in a few moments. The lights you see flashing in the background, the Free Press is doing a day in the life of Dennis Rodman story. So they're down here taking photos of Dennis as he appears in the program. I'm surprised, Ronnie, at the number of people I talk to about the Pistons. They always stop me and make a comment. The number of people who think the Pistons will lose in the opening round of the NBA playoffs.
I don't. I think the Pistons, the defense this year has improved dramatically because of people like Dennis Rodman and John Sell. I mean, better athletes. There are a lot better athletes on the team this year than they have been in the years
better athletes than Kelly Tripucka and Kent Benson?
I would say yes.
A little bit.
A touch. But it's a better defensive team. I'll tell you, it's even surprised me that the good team defense that they're playing, because I never thought, even with the better athletes, this would be a real good defensive ball club. It's a good one. Not a real good, but a good one.
Whether they win the last 2 games of the year or not and finish with the most victories for a Pistons
How many wins
team.
they got now, Bob?
Well, they've got 51 right now, and if they win the last 2...
About how many games did you think they'd win this year?
I didn't think they'd win 50. I'll be the first one to admit that.
Not the first
one. But I do.
The only reason I admit it because I brought it up.
I do think that this is the best pro basketball team that we've ever had in this town, whether they get the actual record or not, and I can't see them losing to anybody in the first round of the playoffs.
You're telling me,
like they're going to play Washington.
You're telling me right now that this is a better ball club than the Falcons when you came up in the 30s? Well, since he Sachs is coach?
They had some great outside shooting, as you know, Ronnie, because you were the guy.
I wasn't there. You told me about it.
You were the cherry picker on the ladder who went up to the peach basket to take the ball out after every basket, right?
That was you.
But I don't think the Pistons will lose to anybody in the first round. I don't care who they play. It looks like they are going to play Washington.
Who would you like to see him play?
It doesn't matter. I think the Pistons obviously would like to play the Indiana Pacers.
Yes.
So Pistons fans would like to see them play the Pacers.
Oh, I think by far that would be. You know, you look at Washington. Washington's a tough matchup. But the matchup that's going to give them problems is Chicago because they're physical inside. They're a good defensive ball club, and Michael Jordan's out of this.
But I still think Chicago is the closest thing to a one-man team as there is in the NBA, and one-man teams don't win playoff series.
You don't think Oakley's a player?
Of course, but I didn't say they were a one-man team. They're the closest thing to it. Sure, Oakley's a player.
You don't think Granville Waiters is a player?
Yes, but I don't think they've ever been the same since your buddy Juwan Oldham was sent back.
Dennis Rodman had a kick out of that.
Juwan Oldham is no longer with them. And,
I told Jimmy Carson, I said, I don't care what kind of numbers you got. If you can't outscore Juwan Oldham, this is not a successful year for you. Now, last word now, Juwan Oldham, Jimmy Carson finished the season the star of the LA Kings, a rookie, with 80 points, and
go ahead.
Granville Waiters had 79. But Jimmy got 2 assists in his last game, so he's now got a 3-point lead. But we have to consider the playoffs too, and Granville might beat him out. So I told Jimmy, I said it's not a good season for you. I can let you outscore Granville Waiters.
The Tigers start as we tape this. They're 4-4, and I think that's important. Of course it's mediocre baseball anyway you slice it. But when you look at the fact that this team won the World Championship in '84, and look at the fact that the ball club, as currently constituted, has been gutted. It's amazing that they're doing what they're doing. Best catcher in baseball, arguably, Lance Parrish, is gone. Willie Hernandez won the Cy Young and the MVP, out on the disabled list. Right. The leader of the ball club on the field and spiritually, Kirk Gibson.
4-4 is not bad at all, considering they lost him.
And Alan Trammell also out and likely won't play this week again in Chicago. It's amazing they've played this well, and I think it's got to be important to him psychologically.
Oh, I think it is too, because the fact they won 4 straight games with, and then Trammell, I think the last game or 2 was without Trammell, at least one of them was. Anyway, but they haven't played that bad. It's just that you hate to see him get beat by Luis Salazar. He couldn't hit you, Paige.
Possibly.
Luis Salazar couldn't hit you.
I can still bring it. My fastball.
Bring what?
My fastball was clocked at 62 miles per hour last time I tried to throw it. But I just am surprised that they're off to this kind of a start, and I think it bodes well for the ball club, though I still don't think they'll contend. Do you believe the Milwaukee Brewers? Are they for real?
No, they're not for real. But you got to give Trebelhorn. I was going to ask you who the manager was to see how.
Tom Trebelhorn.
Okay.
Sure.
Who? What does he do?
Besides the Brewers.
What else does he do
in the offseason?
He's a school teacher, right? Mm-hmm. Substitute school teacher. Well, he's got some good young pitchers on that club. George Kell's favorite pitcher, Knives, or whatever.
Knives.
Knives, he calls him. Yeah, he got a no-hitter. Now George will know his name. And I'll tell you, Teddy Higuera is tough, but I still don't think that that's a ball club that you're going to be able to game in and game out. When you could talk about the hot weather, I think you're going to see a fading of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Did you see who made that team this year? Jim Pritchard.
Good.
I was so happy
here's a
to
guy,
see that. Yeah.
Bob, here's a guy that did a real good job at Michigan. A lot of the scouts didn't like him, and nobody wanted to draft him. He didn't get drafted until late in the draft, despite his great numbers. He set a record at Michigan.
He was a
RBIs,
fifth-round draft choice.
Yeah, that's bad when you set a record in college for
And he
RBIs.
struggled in the minors the last, 4 or 5 years, and finally has made the ball club.
Oh, he's had a couple good years in the minors. He hasn't struggled in the minors.
What do you make of the Lance Parrish situation?
He's got off to an awful start. Did you see what happened on Wednesday night? He's left something like 9 runners in scoring position.
He made the last out of an inning 5 times. He's hitting 160s.
And the team is dying. And they're booing him, I heard now.
Well, Philadelphia fans are the toughest in the country.
They'd boo the Pope.
Absolutely.
In Philadelphia.
Yeah, they are the toughest fans in the country. And I think if Lance were still playing here in Detroit, people just say, well, he's off to a slow start. But in Philadelphia, they could mess him up psychologically to the point that he never plays well this year. And I hope that doesn't.
No, I don't think Lance.
I still like and respect Lance Parrish.
So do I.
I'm sorry he's not here. The Lions, to me, missed out on another golden opportunity earlier this week. James Lofton, I know he has had difficulties off the field. I know he's 30, but this guy was an outstanding wide receiver. You don't like James Lofton?
Yes, James Lofton's an outstanding wide receiver.
You don't think he could help the Lions?
He's also in trouble with the law. He's been arrested 3 or 4 times.
And the Raiders wanted him, didn't they?
Yeah, well, the Raiders will take a guy like
It's funny. This so happens with the Lions. James Lofton, Al Davis figures James Lofton can help the L.A. Raiders.
That's a problem.
But we figured that
I think he should have thrown out of football.
Well, maybe so. But I just would like to see the Lions be a little more aggressive.
You wanted the Tigers to be more aggressive and get Steve Howe, too, didn't you?
Well, and some other
people. And Jason Thompson, you wanted him back.
Larry McWilliams, too.
Jason Thompson, the one of the worst. No.
You're upset with me on 2 counts. Number 1, that we had Gary Bergman on the program earlier this week. I hope you saw Gary Bergman put this.
No, he didn't put him down.
Ron Cameron's face just dropped when Gary Bergman said that Wayne Gretzky would score 50 goals in the NHL of 1958.
Yeah, but 58 was a bad year.
Further upsetting, Ronnie, was this article from USA Today with all of his heroes in here, baseball's 27th team. These guys who who are making these tremendous sums of money out of the game. You saw your hero, Jason Thompson, who will be paid $1 million this year to not play by the Montreal Expos. Steve Kemp.
I've got a question.
Steve Kemp, $1.570 million to not play.
Oh, he's playing AAA.
Yeah, AAA baseball. It's amazing.
And Jason got a skirt on yet?
No, he doesn't. Bill Caudle, $1.3 million being paid by the Toronto Blue Jays. The owners have ruined the game, paying these gargantuan sums of money.
And you're the one wanting to scream
and now here come the owners saying, please save us from ourselves. We just can't stop spending this money.
They don't say that. They should. They're awful. Some of these guys are.
Can we get to Dennis Rodman?
Let's go to Dennis Rodman.
He's anxious to meet you. He's aware that you're aware that a basketball is round, and that's the extent of your knowledge.
No, I said the Pistons win 50 games.
He just can't wait to get up here and talk to you.
You picked the Cleveland Cavaliers, you and George Trapp, to win the division.
Cavaliers ever.
You and George Trapp ought to belong alone in the gutter someplace. Let's go to the guest.
Dennis Rodman, the Pistons rookie forward, is here. We'll be back with him right after this.
Great Olds option sale, and you won't find any better deals in Metro Detroit than at Al Dietrich Oldsmobile in Pontiac, Waterford. Uncle Al has just purchased 100 extra beautiful 1987 Cutlass Sierras, including the exciting Sierra GT. Make your best deal, and Oldsmobile will give you up to $1,200 back, depending upon your option package. Big savings also on Calais and Delta 88s, but hurry, you must take delivery by April 30th.
Hurry out to 1177 Oakland in Pontiac, where Telegraph ends, the deals begin.
Jalapeno Pizza is a great place to eat.
Hi, 2 for non-smoking, please.
Right this way.
Wow, look at all this food. A 2-pound wet burrito, a 16-ounce porterhouse, and there's pasta, too.
But did you see the daily specials?
What a deal for $6.25.
See, didn't I tell you Jalapeno Pizza and Pasta is a great place to eat?
Jalapeno Pizza and Pasta on Cohen Road across from Westland Mall.
I'm sorry, she's out of the office for the day and there's no way to contact her.
With a pager from TCOM, you could contact her anytime.
I know it's an emergency, but it's out of the building now. May I call you later?
With Motorola pagers from TCOM, you can deal with emergencies now.
Sorry, our delivery man is on call right now. We won't be able to help you till tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Fred Wetzel with TCOM Paging. If these problems seem familiar to you, then you need a TCOM pager. You'd be surprised how affordable they are. Probably wonder how you've done without one. Give us a call at 559-6826.
We're back on Sports View. Rookie forward of the Pistons, Dennis Rodman, and as I mentioned a bit ago, one of the reasons that the Pistons are playing better defense than the athletes on the ball club, and overall, you had to be very happy with your rookie season. Do you ever think going to a small school and not getting a lot of recognition that you'd be in this situation right now?
I never dreamed of you'd be playing in the NBA.
You never dreamed of playing in the NBA?
No, you know, I thought I had a shot to play ball somewhere, Europe.
The CBA?
Yeah, something like that, but never thought I had a shot to play it.
You're a very gung-ho type person on the court. Would you be that same way if you're in the CBA? You just love the game?
Trying to incite 300 fans in the stands, right? Thrusting his fist into the air. Well, you didn't play high school basketball at all. You were 5'9" as a high school kid?
Yeah. I just shot up like, I didn't go straight to college after high school, so I just kind of lingered around. You know, I had odd jobs and things. Then when I finally realized that I was getting tall, so I went to school.
You went to a junior college then, right? After growing up in Dallas.
Well, you didn't. How long was it before you went to college? Period.
2 years after high school.
Kind of like being in the military. You were breaking Broncos out there on the ranches in Oklahoma. Is that what you do?
No, that's what I went to Southeastern after.
And then you impressed the pro scouts at the rookie camps and the All-Star games after your career at Southeast Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think a lot of people took me a little lightly, you know, because I came from a small school. They said, well, this kid can't play. We just go out there and have a lot of fun, and he's going to force, but it never did happen. I went up there and gave it all I got and had, and it turned out that I was projected after the lower classes. I was projected to be in the top 15 the first round, but, you know, I had a disappointing camp in Chicago.
Wasn't one of the teams after you the Chicago Bulls? Didn't I read that the Bulls were after you, and there was a talk that they were going to draft you? When did they draft him, like 9th or something?
They're going to take him with the first pick?
Yeah,
they took Brad Sellers.
They took Brad Sellers, but weren't you, I think in the reports that they were thinking maybe Chicago would take you?
It was Chicago, Lakers, Milwaukee. There's a few teams that wanted me, but I never dreamed that Detroit was.
When the first round was over and you weren't picked, what was your feeling then?
I had no figure, as long as I could just be drafted by somebody and make a team.
But you had to figure, though, in the long run, Dennis, is the fact, if you're not drafted in the first round, it's awful tough to make a ball club. You're coming from a small school. Did you feel, hey, at least if I'm drafted in the first round, I get off to a slow start, I'm going to get that chance because I am a first-round pick. From the second round, I might not get a long chance?
Well, I didn't really look at it like that. But I just had my sight focused on one thing, that I'm going to make it, no matter what round I was drafted in, because I knew my ability that I could play in the NBA, and I just wasn't going to let no one stop me to.
And there were times this year when you struggled, really struggled. In fact, early in the season, and you weren't seeing time. When you did get in the game, you made a mistake. Chuck Daly would yank you quickly. That's got to be tough in terms of mind games for a kid out of college.
Well, yeah. But I didn't let that discourage me, because I know I'm a rookie, and if every little thing I do is going to be a mistake, so I just got to go out there and play. In the second half of the season, I've been doing real well.
Yes, you have, and we're going to take a look at that.
Nice game, nice first. Boy, he played well in the first half on Wednesday night.
That's exactly what we're going to look at right now.
Let's show
Dennis Rodman versus the New York Knickerbockers in the first half from the Silver Dome on Wednesday night. And this is the kind of game where you get a chance to play a lot because it's over quickly. At least it seemed like it in the first half. When you had such a big lead, you're inside right there, rebounding that wild shot from Vinnie Johnson.
Yeah, it was a wild shot. So what do you got to say about that?
Replay coming up here. 16 rebounds. This was one of them. Why so many boards against the Knicks?
Well,
a lazy foul, that was.
It's just one of those things. You see me there, I'm shaking my hand.
Yeah, I also see those numbers. Dennis, a 55% free throw shooter. That's brutal.
He's a bit of a bricklayer from the line.
I am. Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah, he is.
I can go for laying bricks somewhere in Europe or Israel, but.
It's not that hard to shoot free throws, Dennis, if you can do all the rest of this stuff. Now look at this right here, nice inside pass after rebound for the slam dunk. I mean, you have skills that most other players just dream of.
But he just said he was a bricklayer.
One of the skills, Dennis, is not your ability to play defense, however. As we saw Eddie Wilkins blow right
I was
past
saying
you
earlier,
right there.
no. I mean, he's not a great defensive player, but his athletic ability makes up for it on the team defensive end.
You got to want to play defense.
Yeah, do you want to play defense?
That's what it is.
Look at him pass right here. There, Rodman feeds John Sally.
There's another rookie doing a nice job, another tremendous.
Now watch this play right here. Dennis, what do you think of this call by Jake O'Donnell?
That's look. You see, if you can rewind that, it's the
rewind. This isn't CBS New York.
No, we'll see the replay. Dennis, this is what we call a textbook block. And Jake gives you the call and calls it an offensive foul.
You got to look at it though. It's a lot of acting. You got to choreograph this. See, look at him. He's driving the baseline, and look at what I do. I throw my head back.
That's a foul on you.
Yeah, that's a foul on me. I know that, but I throw my head back and I put a little acting. You
are noted to be a little bit of an actor. Were you thinking of Hollywood if you couldn't make it in pro basketball?
No, not really. I can go on the playground and do a little of that acting and hollering, screaming, all that crap.
Do you realize if you could play against the New York Knickerbockers every night, you'd be all pro for sure on the all rookie team?
Well, I still think I can make all rookie team, but not the first team, maybe the second. But
how many rookies are in the league this year?
Yeah, I mean,
if I had a good year in the first half of the season, I think I would have made the all rookie team first team. But where it stands, that I'm happy with my.
You've got to be happy per minutes played with what you've done with this ball club this year.
Oh yeah, a lot of people thought I wasn't going to, even get 5 minutes a game, but I done turned that around, and I'm playing like. It was a stretch that I was playing like 22, 23 minutes a game. And,
well, why have you played better? More confidence? More minutes? Combination?
The coaches, they got confidence in me that I have a lot of ability. I have a lot of, I'm young and I'm fresh.
Well, as Frank Layden called you some names we can't say on the show because it's a family program. What's your
well, you better explain that to some people who don't know. You saw.
You want me to say this on the air now?
Those highlight clips, thrusting his fist into the air and exciting the fans. Layden thought that was Bush. That was one of the things you can say.
Well, that's one of the things. Some of the things you can't say.
Right. How did you respond to that?
That's really, I think he was just more frustrated than anything, and that's just, he kind of lashed out at me, and I was having a good game, and I guess he ain't never seen nothing like that on, in the NBA. So
well, you don't see that much in the NBA.
No, you don't see too much.
Why do you do it?
I've been doing it since I've been playing ball. I'm just so happy just to be out there playing.
Now people are watching you, which wasn't the case before then.
Oh yeah, back in Oklahoma, you don't see TV, so.
You're hamming it up pretty good then.
Well, he handed up at junior college in front of 25 people.
Yeah. 25 people.
Wasn't anyone in the stands to see it.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman, the Pistons rookie forward, is here on Sports View today, and we'll continue with him right after this.
Pistons broadcaster George Blahide, Maxey's in Royal Oak, trying to figure out why so many people, including media and sports personalities, come to Maxey's Main Street.
I come to Maxey's for the fine selection of wine, the great pickles, and the owner, Steve Pinto, owes me $14.50.
I come to Maxey's because the food is great. The hors d'oeuvres, sensational. It doesn't cost a lot of bread. And most important of all, Steve, the owner, is buying.
I'm Steve Pinto. There are lots of other reasons why people are coming to Maxey's. I think you ought to come out too. You'll discover why hundreds of people are saying, millions of people are saying, meet me at Maxey's. It's the place to be in the northern suburbs. Millions, Nick?
There it is, Sports Fans Journal. It's going strong. This is issue number 8, and you can buy this at your local newsstand, bookstore, and the Tiger Stadium souvenir stands. Even Walden Books has it, and we're just about every newsstand around. Also, if you want to subscribe, we'll show you how in just a couple of minutes. Right there.
Right there. Right
Each
right
month.
Now.
Each month you can buy this or subscribe to this for $15 a year, and each month you'll read Denny McClain from his jail cell, Ernie Harwell, George Kell, Bob Reynolds, Dave Dowd, and some people you didn't even think were still around. We also have the syndicated radio and TV talk host Larry King. As I mentioned, McClain from jail, George Allen, Dick Vitale, Bob Feller, Don Cherry, Bill Gadsby, Manuel Stewart, Tom Lemming, a great prep writer out of Chicago, and a whole bunch more, and proof profiles and features and all that. And just send the $15 check or money order for your subscription and mail it to Sports Fans Journal, P.O. Box 12170, Birmingham, Michigan 48012. Or for further information, you can give this number a call, 350-3530, or stop by the Tiger Stadium souvenir stands, or you can go to your local newsstand and bookseller to pick up Sports Fans Journal.
And we're back on Sports View today, and our guest is Pistons rookie forward Dennis Rodman. I worry a little bit about the influence Mr. Cameron has had on you already. Or were you informed up front that you didn't have to wear socks to appear on this program? Can we get a shot? I mean, look at this. No socks, just like Ron Cameron. Now, you have made tremendous personal strides, though, this year. You know, the Pistons, there it is. The Pistons would not allow him, to appear on this program early in the season. Matt Dobeck, the PR guy at the Pistons, said, we're going to send you John Sally because Rodman is not ready for this. Rodman will freak out if he sees you two guys. Now, here you are. You're handling Ron Cameron easily today.
Listen, John Sally, I'm still handling him. We talked last night. He wants to come back on.
Oh, does he?
It's you. That's what he told me.
Now,
much to do that.
Now, one thing that you told me not to ask you, so you know, of course I'm going to ask it, is how you got your nickname, Worm. This is a family television program, but it's primarily on cable TV. Can you tell the story on cable?
Lay him out.
How'd you get your nickname?
Lay him out.
It's not bad, you know.
Oh, it's not that bad?
It's not bad. That's all have to do with playing video games, you know. Just been on.
Worms play video games?
Yeah. You know, it's that.
They don't have any money, do they?
No,
But, I'm not getting this connection here. What does the nickname Worm have to do with playing video games, which you like to do when you're not playing basketball?
Well, the neighborhood I live in, you know, you have these wild imaginations and stuff. You know, you want to do this, you want to do that. And I was playing a video game one day, 7-Eleven, and
That's the name of the video game that you're playing at 7-Eleven store.
It's the 7-Eleven store.
I see.
And I was in there. I was really getting into the game. I was sweating and all that crap. You know, just really getting active. Yes. And I was just moving. You know, just really getting the feel again, like I was a part of the game. You know. And I was like that moving. This guy looked at me and said, "God, look at that guy over there. He's like a worm." You know.
Wiggling like a worm, huh? And it stuck with you.
it's just stuck with me, you know, and I'm just up here just really getting into it, you know, and just wiggling and stuff.
But it hasn't gone to your head yet. You know, John Sally is such an egotist, I know he's watching right now, and has such a big head that he now refuses to let the PA announcer in the Silverdome refer to him as anything but Spider Sally. So you haven't gone to Gary May yet and the PA guys and said, I'm Worm Rodman from now on?
Well, no, I think that's going to catch on pretty soon.
Sooner or later.
It's going to catch on sooner or later. And a lot of people have been calling me Worm lately. You know, it's like, hey, Worm, what's up? You know, they don't call me by Dennis.
Worm, what's your future here? As long as Adrian Dantley's playing small forward position. Of course, he's getting a little bit older. You expect to be starting the next couple of years?
It don't really make me a difference. I'd really like to have a role like Vinnie Johnson, just coming off the bench playing 22, 23.
You don't mind that, huh?
I don't mind that.
You feel more comfortable coming off the bench as opposed to starting?
You know, in college I started, you know, for 3 years, and I'm adjusted to coming off the bench now. It doesn't really faze me if I started anything like that.
Oh, that's interesting. What kind of numbers do you think if you did play, say, 35, 40 minutes a game, what kind of numbers could you come up with in the NBA, John? Or Dennis?
This is Dennis.
Well, you look a little like John Sally.
Yeah, but I got the stripes. I think I could come up with numbers like 18, 19 points a game, 10, 11 rebounds. I can
stay in the open court.
Be consistent like that. I think I can stay in the league.
We've got to go to a commercial break here. I want to ask you about the Pistons' chances in the playoffs. We'll do that. We'll close it out with Dennis Rodman right after this.
Did you know that 125 million Americans didn't visit a dentist last year? Why? Not money. According to surveys, they're afraid.
Well, modern technology has taken the fear out of visiting the dentist. Here at my office in West Bloomfield, we've got a relaxed, friendly atmosphere. I provide the highest quality care with an emphasis on the prevention of tooth and gum disease.
So if you're one of the many people not seeing a dentist, you're taking a serious risk with your future health. Like smoking cigarettes, it's a ticking time bomb.
Where's the hottest dance music in town? The brand new Tangerine Room in the heart of Detroit's exciting Rivertown district. The Tangerine Room, where every night is ladies' night and Thursdays are extra special. The Tangerine Room, featuring Detroit's best-known disc jockeys, Hump the Grinder and Chris Crash. The Tangerine Room, where if the dance floor is too hot, you can cool off in an intimate upstairs bar or a spacious veranda. Great food from Chef Alexander, drink specials, and the kind of people you'd like to meet. All at the beautiful new Tangerine Room, Franklin and Riopelle, just east of the Renaissance Center.
In laboratories around the world, scientists have discovered something that may help prevent some forms of cancer. You don't have to go to a cancer center to get it. In fact, it's right in your kitchen. Because some studies show if we eat less fat and more fiber, up to 1/3 of cancers could be avoided. Someday there may be an ultimate cure for all cancers. But if we eat better, a lot of us won't need it. Ask us for a free booklet on diet and cancer.
We're back on Sports. You had a long shot there.
All you jocks always wave and say hi, Mom, when you're on the camera.
What about Daddy?
Football players, basketball, all you guys wave. I haven't seen hockey players do it, but the rest of them, hi, Mom.
I just wanted to do that. I never did that before.
But your mom was in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's watching anyway. Unless
she might. He's going to send her a tape
Mrs. Rodman, hello.
Hey, no,
they're already running the. We must be out of time. They're already running the.
Oh, no. The heck with the time. We're going to still say it. But what about this team in the playoffs? 50-some wins this year. Is this going to be a team that's going to get knocked out in the first round in your mind, Dennis?
I don't think so. I think we can go all the way to the
second round.
Third round. I think we can get to the third round if we can be consistent and play as a team.
And keep up the defense. Don't lose that.
We keep that defense intensity, and everyone pulls together and help each other. We can go.
In my mind, nobody's going to stop the Lakers. They will win the NBA championship.
No, I don't. Well, I don't.
What do you think?
The Pistons, Rodman, who wins it? The Celtics? I think the Celtics will win. The Lakers don't have enough rebound.
The Celtics not going to win because they hurt in too many spots.
All right, who's going to win it? If the Pistons are out of it now.
If we're out of it, the Lakers going to win it easily.
But in other words, you think we can beat the Lakers? This team could beat the Lakers.
We can beat the Lakers if we could just can hold them down on the fast breaks and things like that. But
no problem. We can stop Magic Johnson on the fast break. Nothing to it, right?
They have much rebounding over there. That's why this team could beat them.
I think the Lakers are the best team in basketball.
Well, you're full of hot air like you always are.
Are you honestly predicting that the Pistons will play the LA Lakers for the NBA championship this year?
If we can
Not if. Are you predicting this?
I don't know. I'm not going to say that right now.
What about the Hawks? If the Lakers play the Hawks, you think the Lakers will still win easily?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hawks
They're giving us the
I think the Hawks will beat the Lakers.
We got to. I don't think so. We got to thank our sponsors.
A lot of things you don't
on
think.
the program. That's true. Our sponsors on the
Get it
program
right,
today,
Bob.
Jalapeno Pizza and Pasta.
Across from the Westland Mall.
Pass, Ronnie's Publications, Sportsman's Journal, the 8th issue of which is out on the street right now. Maxie's Main Street in the heart of beautiful downtown Royal Oak. Steve Pinto and Company. Fred Wetzel, the folks at T-Com Pagers, and Al Dietrich Oldsmobile. Pontiac Water Ferry sends along this bag with his compliments.
With the little bulge, it's Bob Page's jug.
Ron Cameron puts his rubber ducky in his bathtub toy.
Bob Page's little jug. It's right down
You
the pull
can hear Ron Cameron on the radio. WCAR AM 1090, Wednesday afternoon, 4 to 5, and my radio show, Sports with Bob Page, runs every morning on WRIF, the home of rock and roll, 101.1 FM, 630, 730, 830.
I never dreamed.
Thank you, Worm. Appreciate
Thank
you
you, Worm.
here with Ron, and thank you
Yeah.
for joining us on this edition of Sports.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Now you can say bye to you, Ron.